Earlier, Aaron Capil taught me a thing or two about spices.
White pepper is essentially exactly the same as black pepper, but the black husk has been taken off it. That's all white pepper is.
Really?
Absolutely.
And he's brought with him some homemade blondies made with white pepper, perfect for my next dish.
Now, it is a twist on a trifle. And what I mean by that is it's a 70s twist because I'm going to use the idea of a Black Forest Gatto.
Now, if you're a fan of the Black Forest Gatto, a German classic dessert, then you're in for a treat, as I give it a twist and turn it into a trifle using the same combination of flavours: chocolate, cherries and kirsch. But for added effect, Aaron is going to use his knowledge of spice to add a twist to my recipe.
These are the cherry and chocolate and I believe pepper.
That's right.
Blondies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we'll try them later.
Good man.
I like the idea of it though.
Cool.
I'm going to utilise it into my trifle. That'll be the base of my trifle.
Lovely.
The first job I'm going to do is actually get my pan on and get my cherries. Now these are the black cherries in the syrup, which I'm going to put in the pan now. I'm just going to reduce this down a little. Straight in. Now, what would you put with that?
To bring out the fruitiness, cloves. If you infuse cloves into the syrup, I think that might add something to it.
If I give you a little pestle and mortar,
Very good.
Take what you want and grind it down. If you haven't got any fresh cloves, you don't have to put it in. It's just we're trying to experiment and see what it's like. I trust this man. Now in a pan, I've got some milk and cream here, which are going to go straight in.
Ooh.
Bring this up to the boil. Now, have you ground up that clove for me?
Yeah, what I've done is just crushed them so they can infuse rather than going, because are we going to strain it?
No.
Right, I'll keep going.
Crush it down. Can't get the staff nowadays. Okay, egg yolks in there. Caster sugar straight in. I'm going to add some flour to it, and this will be the thickener in the custard.
This is known as creme pâtissière, or creme pat as I like to call it, which is thick flour-based egg custard.
And when the cream and the milk have come to the boil, you then drop it straight onto this mixture, and then we're going to put it straight back on the pan again and cook out the flour. Will you manage to see that clove?
I have finally, Paul. Sorry, here we go.
Let's have a look.
Thank you. Is that okay?
Oh, beautifully done,
Lovely.
yes. I'm going to pop this clove in with the cherries.
Lovely.
That should infuse quite nicely. I'll just give it a little bit of a stir. It does smell good, I'll give you
Doesn't
that.
it? There you go, you see?
It does. Okay. Now over here, the milk's just boiled. I'm going to add that to the mixture. Give this a stir. This is a classic sort of creme pat, you know. It's a classic sort of custard. Just mix that in. Make sure it's all dissolved.
A good technique, sir.
Now, nutmeg.
Indeed, sir.
How much?
I would say maybe just like 6 or 7 rubs.
Now I've got some chocolate here I'm going to break up. Now this is going to turn our traditional creme pâtissière into a chocolate one.
Break the chocolate into pieces and tip into the creme pâtissière and very gently stir until it's all blended in. Then pop it back onto a low heat and keep stirring.
Don't walk away from it at this stage because the flour will begin to cook out pretty much straight away. So keep turning it. And once you see it beginning to hold on the spoon, take it off the heat and put it into a bowl to chill down. And it almost sets like a jelly. You wobble it and it will begin to settle very, very quickly. That's when it's ready. Once it's chilled, the best way to do it is put what they call a cartouche, which is basically a circle of silicone paper on the top of that, and then pop it in the fridge. Just stops it from skinning. Now, once you've done that, you end up with this.
Once the mixture cooled, I added double cream to create a deliciously thick chocolate custard.
Yeah, that's very good. And that's got your nutmeg in it as well.
Beautiful.
And it does bring out that chocolate.
It does, doesn't it? Absolutely, yeah.
It's a great blend.
Yeah.
Next, drain the clove-infused morello cherries.
You can smell that clove.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
I'll leave them over there to cool.
I'm breaking up Aaron's peppered blondies a little. These sweet dessert bars will make a delicious alternative to sponge.
There's white and black pepper in there. Again, now you've tasted the black pepper and the white pepper, you can see possibly why I've used both of them. to try and create a balance.
It's quite sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
One sweet.
Absolutely.
Okay. Lovely.
I love trifles. It's brilliant. Exactly.
I love trifle with a passion. Probably one more will do.
Perfect.
Then soak the blondies with kirsch. This fruity brandy made with morello cherries will add some heat and a kick to your trifle.
Put a layer of cherries on there. Now here I've got some cherry jam. Again, real cherry overload here. Spread that over the top. Next thing I'm going to do is add the chocolate. Now, this chocolate mixture
It's gorgeous.
gets poured on.
So you added cream to that as well?
Add a little bit of cream to it because what happens is when it goes in the fridge, it can solidify.
Oh, yeah.
Creme pat tends to do that anyway, but the addition of cream takes it to the right consistency that you're looking for in a custard. So again, just spread it around nice and evenly across the top. Bring out my mascarpone cream, mascarpone cheese, to which I'm going to add some cream to that. Now I'm deconstructing a classic 70s Black Forest Gatto. Black Forest Gatto is protected in Germany. There's certain things you can do with it.
Gosh.
They'd probably go crazy if they realised I was putting it in a trifle.
Whisk together the mascarpone and double cream until light and fluffy and not too stiff.
Now, the cream goes on top of the chocolate. This is where you begin to salivate.
I'm doing that already.
Now, that is pretty much finished, but
Looking good.
I've got some chocolate. It needs more chocolate.
And do you know what I would do with that for as well?
What's that?
I would also probably grate on some pepper to keep the theme going.
Pepper.
Yeah.
I love you, Aaron. I really do.
But shut up.
Don't push it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put a little bit on, okay? Sweet.
Yes. Tiniest bit, I say.
A little bit of white pepper on the top. That's enough. And there you have it. That is a Black Forest Gatto trifle infused with some beautiful spices.
If this hasn't made your mouth water, I don't know what will. Dreamy chocolate custard, clove-infused morello cherries, and blondies soaked in kirsch. A classic with a twist.
Thank you, Aaron, for your help. And
Brilliant.
thank you very much for teaching me a little bit
Thank
more
you.
about spice. But we're going to have to wait a little bit longer before we get a chance to try it.
My guests are ready to eat. Today, it's been all about home and nostalgia. With my posh sausage plat, a real celebration of black pudding, which I hope Hannah will enjoy. My steamed licorice sponges that can be served with cream or custard, inspired by my visit to Keith and Gloria's sweet shop. And my Black Forest trifle, which brings a 70s classic right up to date, with Aaron's blondies instead of sponge, and his extra touch of white pepper.
Start the trifle is the way to go. Shall I pass it round, maybe?
I think we just took in, guys. I think I'll start with the sausage plat. I think I'll keep it a little bit savoury to start with.
Wow. Mushroom's really good with the black pudding, isn't it?
Mm. And I hadn't thought of cooking it with onion before, but it's lovely and sweet.
Comfort food.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
Yeah.
Comfort
Yeah.
food.
My sausage plat has gone down well. Will my steamed licorice sponges hit the right spot?
I must admit, it's the first time I've ever had a pudding with licorice.
Oh, wow.
And it's very good.
It just gives it a hint of the spice, the spicy.
With the sponge being so buttery as well, isn't it? So licorice kind of cuts through it a little bit.
Cuts through.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it works.
That's really good, actually.
With the cream, it's absolutely delicious.
Finally, my Black Forest trifle.
This is the big fella.
That's delicious, Paul. God, that's...
Cherries.
Don't the cherries... That's something, isn't it?
Cherries with the clove really work.
Isn't it?
You get that hint at the end of the clove.
Just beautiful. Lifts it. In the chocolate crust, you can get the nutmeg, can't you? Just.
Yeah, it can. That's a dangerous pudding.
It's a beautiful pudding.
I don't really have a sweet tooth. I'm not mad into puddings, but I could eat a whole bowl of that.
We'll be going back for seconds.
This is what food's all about. It's about experimentation. It's about trying different flavours and pushing yourselves that little bit. I hope you'll try these recipes at home. Join me next time. See you then. Anyone want one of my Hollywood eyes?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, please.
Go on.
Make it two.